Thank you for watching. I've just read something, and it's something that's been probably getting to me a little bit over the last few weeks. Where I just keep reading these paragraphs, and I've had a few things said to me. I'm a big boy. I brush stuff off, but I've just read today that another young lad has ended his life. And we seem to be seeing a lot more of this, the younger generation. Now, I know now things have started looking that there is a bit more awareness towards teenagers, youngsters having mental health, instead of it being he's a naughty child, or he's got ADHD, banging on tablets. All the old rigmarole that I heard when I was a kid, and it's technically not true. Mental health does exist in children massively, and a lot over the last few months has come to light to me, more so now that maybe mine was from a younger age, and I was just classed as a naughty child, not by my parents or my mum and my nan and that, but by the government authorities in my area. Now, obviously, through lockdown, you get people ask you all the time, "Are you all right? How you doing?" So through lockdown, I've had a lot of people say to me, "You all right? How you doing? How's lockdown affecting you?" And of course, you explain, maybe having a bad day, or I'm a little bit low today. And since lockdown, a lot of people's reaction is, "Yeah, but lockdown's affected everybody." No, I get lockdown has affected people in different ways, especially the people that are always out, and they've had to stay in, and they haven't been able to do what they've wanted to do, and they haven't been able to see their family. And I do understand that, so don't think that I don't. But people like myself, we had mental illness before lockdown ever come. So we have bad days, we have good days, but lockdown on some of us has affected us in certain ways that it hasn't in others. But for me, the whole stereotypical thing at the moment is, everybody's suffering in lockdown. Now, I'm only giving you my opinions and my side of it. The people that have been suffering with mental health and illnesses, and some of are going to the doctors or whatever, and it's because you're a little bit low or a little bit down because of lockup, or for lockdown. But then people could have actually have had or have mental illness prior to this. So it kind of highlights a lot to me that an easy escape out for people is it's down to the lockdown, which is a bit of a shame, because mental health is not caused by lockdown. For me as a personal person, I struggle to go out on a lot of times. I evaluate every situation, and yeah, lockdown was really, really hard on my mental health, because I can't handle being put into a situation where I'm kind of not in control. So standing queues, waiting to go in the shop, having to wear masks. I suffer with, I feel like people are looking at me anyway all the time. So to add all of that inacities onto it, made it a lot harder for me as a person to go out. But as I said, for me, I deal with it. I have a fantastic partner that understands my mental health really, really well. You know, she doesn't suffer with mental health, so obviously there's questions that she asks me, and then I can see it from an outsider's perspective later on in the day. I don't always see it straight away, but I see things maybe others don't. But you can't blame people that have got mental health already as it's just because of COVID, and we're all feeling a little bit down. Because I tell you what, that actually deflates someone that suffers with mental health. I'm not going to lie to you. I've heard it so many times this week, that it has had a massive effect. I was reading a story just a minute ago of this young lad, and I got down to the comments in the bottom, and it was people like, why has he done that? You know, he's only young. He's only 20 or something. He's only young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's got no responsibilities. Now, if you're in that mindset, you're not bothered. As hard as that sounds, you're not bothered. I've been in that situation, and I'm lucky still to be here to obviously tell the story. I had children when I tried to top myself, but that was my mental health. Now, if I tried to do that in lockdown, that'd have been because lockdowns messed my life up or whatever, and that's not true. So people need to be really mindful of who you're talking to when you kind of go, are you okay? And if you know their story as well, and then you go, oh, it's just down to lockdown that's making you worse. It's not. I tell you that for nothing, and I fight my demons every day of the week, which some people know, some people won't know. But please just be really, really mindful with people that suffer with mental health through this time, or for any time. It's not down to lockdown. It is something that is wrong with us, whether we like it or not. It's there. We can't get rid of it. My symptoms, borderline personality disorder, and a couple of other things, will never go away. The only way I can rectify it, I can't rectify it. The only way I can deal with it is medication, which is a different story. So mental health in itself is a big part of my issues and many other people that I talk to issues. It's not because we've been in lockdown. The people that come out of lockdown, they go back to their normal life. They go back to doing the things that they did beforehand. And the same with people with mental health. We go back and we do the same things what we did beforehand. But for someone with mental health, a lot of difference. It's not a lot of difference because we don't tend to just go out. A lot of people that tend not to go out that have got mental health issues. And so I say it from my side. I tend not to go out and all of that stuff. So lockdown to me is not the reason that my mental health or why I'm feeling down. Mine is mental health. Mental health and feeling down through lockdown is a massive difference. I felt that I had to put this little video together to try and explain, people with mental health have got mental health. That doesn't go away whether we're in lockdown or we're out of lockdown. what becomes harder for me as a person is everybody then tries to forget about your mental health issues and tries to refer it to being just because we're in lockdown. So, I'm going to say it again. Please be mindful of the way we respond to people about this.